Everybody, did you feel it tonight?
Boy, yeah, we did. The 3.5 magnitude quake struck just outside West Valley City. In fact, we felt it in the studio. We want to show you this video here, shaking from our tower camera. Do you see the jolt right there? Captured on camera here on the west side of Salt Lake City. No injuries, no damage reported, but boy, did we feel it. We were in the middle of our 6:30 newscast, Sarah.
Yeah, chaos over the past few hours.
Oh, yeah, we're like, what's going on? I thought a semi-truck hit the building. It was not that dramatic, but it was very interesting. So interesting that we've got team coverage for you tonight.
Yeah, we're following that for you here at 10 o'clock. Our Jordan Tracy is near the epicenter and has reactions from those of you who really felt the brunt of the shaking tonight.
But first, our chief meteorologist, Alana Brophy, is breaking down exactly what happened during the quake and the history of quakes along the Wasatch Front fault, Alana.
A lot of folks feeling it here at the ABC4 studios and then in and around the valley. You were just looking at a map of reports to the USGS of folks who actually felt it. Now, to put this on a map for you, 3.5 magnitude. And as we start and take a look at those graphics, you're able to see that we had a depth of 8.3 kilometers. This was an interesting one. It had some shake, but then ended with a bit of a boom. A lot of people at first saying, is that an earthquake? Well, it was. And when you talk about a magnitude 3.5, that's still considered a minor earthquake, right? The Californians here in the Beehive State going, that wasn't a thing, but it is to us. Luckily, we had no damage, but many folks, over 2,800, reporting to the University of Utah that they felt it tonight. Here's a look at recent quake activity. This is really just from the beginning of the year, with the exception of this 3.5 near Vernal. But you may remember in the Uintas, January 22nd, we had a 4.7 that was felt along the Wasatch Front. And then there was Huntsville at the beginning of the year, West Valley tonight, and Lehigh, that Utah County quake that echoed just a week ago. It was February 5th when we had that shaking. This is no surprise. We live in earthquake territory. As you look now, this is the Wasatch Fault Line, and we also have the Oquirrh Fault Line. The Wasatch Fault Line starts in Malad, Idaho, goes all the way down to Payette, Utah, in the central portion of the state. The 5 major regions are in our populated areas. That includes Brigham City, Salt Lake, Provo, Nephi, all of those areas considered the larger segments of the Wasatch Fault. We zoom in tonight because we also have a West Valley fault zone, and it looks as though that's where the shaking occurred. What is a fault? Well, it's a crack in the Earth's crust where movement occurs and can lead to an earthquake. And tonight, we felt it. Looking at the strongest quakes in Utah, going back to 1901, over a 5 into the 6 category. You may remember Magna in 2020 getting that 5.7. Utahns, you know, I was there, you were there, and you felt it. That was a big one. Here's a look at what that looked like here in the ABC4 studios. We didn't see as violent of shaking tonight, but 6 years ago, you watch as people quickly exit the studio. You have to keep in mind we have a lot of lights and equipment hanging, getting out of here. So we're lucky it was a 3.5, but felt throughout the valley. Brian, Sarah, over to you.
Okay, the science and our chief scientist explaining it for us tonight. Alana, thank you very much.
We're going to follow along with our team coverage now with our Jordan Tracy, who's live near the epicenter and is hearing from some of those people who felt the shaking the strongest tonight. Jordan, what are they saying to you?
Good evening, Sarah and Brian. We are right near that early reported epicenter from the USGS, right off of State Route 201 and Mountain View corridor here in West Valley City. And from our newsroom to you folks at home, certainly feeling a Friday night rumble.
Calls flooding in as you at home reported feeling the 3.5 magnitude quake. From little desk plant shakes caught on camera to the Del Taco, mere minutes away from the reported epicenter.
The other kids were like, is there a protocol for this? Duck and cover, make sure we keep ourselves protected if anything's falling, but it wasn't too severe, so I felt okay.
No tacos were harmed during the duration of this earthquake.
It wasn't real significant, but yeah, you could tell it was there, and all the kids knew it, and my wife must have felt it as well because she called me from Tooele, so.
Felt in Sugar House, too.
Here's my Eddie.
Signaled by the reaction of Eddie the cat.
But then all of a sudden he goes, woo, like that. It was so funny, and I'm like, okay, something's going on.
How did this quake measure up? Well, how does it compare to the rush of a hungry lunch crowd?
The lunch rush any day of the week.
It's no Richter. That'll have to do.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be safe and leave the science to the experts at the USGS and the U. In fact, at the University of Utah, seismologists there are investigating and looking into whether or not there's a potential that the earthquake tonight could be an aftershock from the earthquake that Alana mentioned in Magna in 2020. That would be pretty cool. Reporting live in West Valley City, Jordan Tracy, ABC4 News.